What's up, guys? I'm headed up to coach a football game right now, so I got football on my mind. Just wanted to talk a little bit about what we saw last night, Thursday, day one of college football season. It's week one, guys. CU versus North Dakota State. If you guys watched that game, Shedeur Sanders is legit. That dude's for real, guys. A lot of people are saying he's overhyped because of his name, because of who his dad is, or whatever it may be, all the hype surrounding the Colorado Buffaloes football team. But to be completely honest and straight up, I'm not a CU fan. I'm not even really a Shedeur Sanders fan. I don't like the antics. I don't like the Rolex, all the flashy stuff. I just like, play the game the way it's meant to be played, act like you've been there. I'm old school in that way. But with that being said, I'm not going to deny what is in front of my face, and that is Shedeur Sanders is a top 5 pick in the NFL draft next year. There was some plays that he stood in the pocket better than I've seen a lot of people stand in the pocket in the past in college. Even Caleb Williams. We all know Caleb Williams is an improviser. He doesn't stand in the pocket. That dude will get out as fast as he can, and he's great at it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but Shedeur Sanders at times looked like Michael Penix dialed in from the pocket. When he had to scramble, he did, but he kept his eyes downfield, and that's hard to do for a college kid. We see it all the time, like guys scrambling around, looking down at the backers, looking where they can find a hole to run. Sorry, I'm driving, so I'm focused a little bit here and focused a little bit on talking. But anyways, Shedeur Sanders was keeping his eyes downfield, looking for the open receiver. There was even one play, he elbowed it, flipped out. He's a righty, right? So he flipped out behind, rolled behind back to his left, outran a guy to the edge, broke the tackle, stopped, planted his feet, and stopped in his tracks, like right at the line of scrimmage, and found a dude in the fourth quarter to extend a drive. Those are things you don't see a lot of times from a college quarterback, especially one that everybody thinks is this mobile quarterback, this scrambler. Shedeur's a pocket passer. He's not Lamar Jackson, although I think he has the ability to be that rushing type of quarterback. He is a pocket passer. The dude can play the quarterback position the way it's meant to be played. But he also has the ability to improvise, scramble, that type of athleticism and talent. But his main focus, what he's trying to do, is play from the pocket. He impressed the hell out of me last night. It's not easy to do, where I'll get out here and say that dude is top 5 pick. He's it. But I think Shedeur Sanders might be, as the kids say nowadays, him. And then his teammate, the best player in the country. CU's not going to win many games this year. Let me preface this. They're not a good football team. They should roll North Dakota State, being a Big 12 team. But they have a great quarterback, and they have the best player in the country on their team in Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's Heisman odds went from 50-1 odds before the game. By halftime, his odds were 25-1, and by the end of the game, his odds to win the Heisman were 15-1. He skyrocketed up the Heisman odds boards yesterday because people, I don't know, there's nothing different now than there was yesterday at this time before the game. People just realized it, I guess. I don't know why his odds were so low and they went so high, because Travis Hunter last night was just who Travis Hunter was last year. He just showed that he can still do it. But let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. He's a top 5 NFL draft pick at cornerback. Just locking dudes up. I would say if he was in this last year's NFL draft, he would have been the first cornerback off the board. And cornerbacks actually slipped down the draft board this year. None of them were taken in the top 10. So I think that's an easy thing to say. So I'm not trying to make an easy take here. But Travis Hunter will be that a top 5 pick as a corner if, in fact, NFL teams want to use him as a corner. Right now, there's a lot of people arguing in the NFL world whether or not he's a receiver or a cornerback. To be honest, I think he should play receiver in the NFL because he's that good. But he can go play both. They won't use him as both in the NFL. That's just not how it works. I think the last guy I remember really getting any meaningful snaps both ways was Champ Bailey. He played some corner, or he played corner obviously, but he played some receiver for the Broncos that first year he was traded to Denver back in 03. Or sorry, 03. But he's the last guy I can remember that really played meaningful snaps both ways. So Travis Hunter does that. He's one of one, right? Nobody else is like him. Nobody can play both sides of the ball at that high of a level. Now let's talk about the offensive side of the ball. He could legit go number one overall as a receiver. He's that good. If you guys watched the game last night, you know what I'm talking about. If you did not watch the game, he had three touchdowns. I don't remember the exact total he finished with yards. I believe it was 150 something. His line was at 68. We took the over on his 68 receiving yards, and he doubled it. But the first touchdown, something you see in a video game. I mean, it was a simple hitch route. He came back through the ball, something I try to teach my receivers to do. They don't always do it. Most of the time they do. But he comes back through the ball exactly like you're supposed to. And what that did by coming back through the ball, it set him up inside the corner and it gave him a chance to make a move. So he catches it, makes an inside move, gets vertical, and the safety, granted, it was the first quarter of the game. This dude's at North Dakota State. He's not used to Travis Hunter speed. He takes a downhill angle, which would probably work at the FCS level. But Travis Hunter just blows right by him. Then he kind of pulls up as he's going into the end zone like he knew he'd scored, kind of like that track pull-up thing that they do, and waltzes into the end zone. Then, second touchdown, he's in the back of the end zone. High ball, Shedeur Sanders put it a little high, which is what you're coached to do. A lot of people were like, oh, it's a bad throw by Shedeur. High pass at the back of the end zone, he could have put that on him. No. Front of the end zone, quarterbacks are taught to throw it low. Back of the end zone, they're taught to throw it high. So that's a great throw by Shedeur. Travis Hunter did what he's supposed to do. Goes up and gets it, toe taps at the back of the end zone, gets both feet in, makes an NFL touchdown. Then the third catch. Look it up. It's all over the internet right now. Quite possibly going to be one of the plays of the year. I've never seen a catch like that before. I've been watching football my whole life. I can remember watching football where I actually have memories of watching it now for 28 years. 29 years. I've never seen a catch like that. There's a lot of one-handed snags, great diving catches, but the way his body was contorted, reaching up and around the defender, almost catching it with the fingers in his right hand and rolling it down into his left hand as he's being walled off by a defender. Credit to that North Dakota State corner. That kid had great coverage. He could not have had better coverage on that play. Travis Hunter just made it play. That dude is a dog. That's why he's got the D on his jersey, because Prime puts D's on the player on his players' jerseys if he considers them a dog. And Travis Hunter is every bit of it. I mean, the guy is just a freaking stud. I can't say anything else about him. He is one of one. I think I said it already before. There's nobody like him. He's the best player in the country. I was thoroughly impressed, even more than I was last year. Maybe that's why the Heisman odds went up so much. Everybody saw what he did last year, and then he goes out and does this and just impresses us all over again. It was just crazy, guys. I just wanted to come on and talk about the CU North Dakota State game and point out some of the things that were quite damn near NFL level already. It's unfortunate CU's not going to win many games. Their line is set at 5.5. They might win 6 and get in a bowl. They're just not ready to compete at that level yet, especially in the Big 12. But those two guys are going to be fun to watch this year, and they have something special with those two guys. So tune into CU games this year if you want to see the the future of the NFL, because those guys will both be top 10 picks in the draft next year. That's all I got, guys. What do you think? Did you watch the game? What do you think about Travis Hunter and Shedeur? Am I overreacting to a first game performance against an FCS team? I don't think I am, because some of the plays Shedeur made are impressive if it was against a high school team. Some of the throws he made. Travis Hunter, I don't care if it's my 5-year-old son standing in front of him, should not be able to reach around a guy and make that catch. Let me know. What do you guys think? As always, guys, if you like my style, you like what I'm doing here on this channel, hit that subscribe button. Start winning some bets with us. We do a lot of bets on this channel, so hit that subscribe button. We'll win all year long in the sports books and on the daily fantasy player prop apps and in our fantasy leagues, guys. This is the Sports Stage. My name is Austin. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.